What is up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy A20, and this phone has been really awesome since I've been using it so far. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we actually have a plastic design, a plastic glass on the front, of course, and it actually feels really good. It does not feel like a cheap plastic phone at all. When I first picked it up, I almost thought that it was glass until I actually looked up the specs. So we've got a dual camera setup on the back with the flash and the fingerprint scanner. You've also got the power button and the volume rockers on the side, and on the bottom we have USB Type-C, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and of course the single firing speaker. Now up front we have a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display, so very impressive for this price point. A 720 by 1560 display, 268 for the PPI. It's a pretty good looking display. It's very color accurate and very nice display. The blacks are deep. This is a very high quality Samsung display for a budget price point, which I really love. Now watching videos on here is just fine. You do have a little water drop notch right there, but it doesn't really bother me. Kind of have a little bezel right here, a little chin, but overall it's a pretty nice display to watch videos on. I didn't really have a problem. You have really deep blacks. That Super AMOLED, like I said, is very color accurate, so I really like it. So let's go ahead and check out the single firing speaker on here. So pretty decent quality, you know, not bad at all. It's decent for watching videos, listening to music out loud, no problem. Now I'll do my gaming test video like I always do, but if you go into graphics, and you can see on Call of Duty Mobile we're able to play on medium and high frame rates. Now as you can see, I'm able to play no problem. It looks pretty good on medium settings. You know, it could be worse, it could be on low. And I have no issues gaming. Like I said, we'll do a more extensive gaming video. I can't see anything. Oh. Now you're able to get that performance with the Exynos 7884 processor along with the Mali G71 GPU. You also have Android 9.0 on top of One UI. You also have micro SD support up to 1 terabyte. This is the 32 gigabyte version with 3 gigabytes of RAM, and it actually runs very smooth. So I haven't had really any stutter issues with this phone so far. This phone also has Bluetooth 5.0, and it also has NFC on it as well. Now let's go ahead and check out the fingerprint scanner on the back. The speeds have been pretty fast for me, so just basically instant. Works very well. Now the face unlock works pretty well, but I have to do it. It won't really work that well behind the camera. So, but you just have to take my word for it. It does unlock very fast. No issues there. So that's really good. Now let's go ahead and go through One UI because it's been pretty lag free so far. So let's just go to the toggles. We have our Wi-Fi calling, Bluetooth portrait, Smart View, the blue light filter, do not disturb. We have secure folders on here. We also have Dolby Atmos. We have the navigation bar. We can get rid of that if you want to. If you want to use those gestures, actually I've never been a fan of the gestures really. But you go to, let's check out display, screen timeout, full screen apps. We have pretty much our standard stuff in One UI that we're used to. Biometrics, lock screen, secure lock settings, clock style. We can go ahead and mess with that. Contact information. Pretty much the same stuff. Advanced settings, call or text on other devices. We have that smart pop-up, smart capture, direct share, reduce animations, game launcher on here. Turn that on. Motions and gestures. Double tap to wake. We have smart stay, smart alert, easy mute. We have the one hand mode, fingerprint sensor gesture. So I really like that as well. So if you want to just swipe down to get to the notification panel, that works really well from the fingerprint scanner. That's very awesome as well. But everything else is pretty standard on here. just the regular Samsung stuff. You have the digital well-being, all that good stuff that you would expect. Now let's talk about the cameras on here. So I was pretty impressed with the camera. So you have a 13 megapixel wide and a 5 megapixel ultra wide and an 8 megapixel front facing camera. And as you can see from these stills, the camera is pretty good. I was actually really impressed with the sharpness of the camera, and also the color accuracy was dead on. So Samsung has some really good image processing. The wide angle camera is a lot of fun. I don't really miss the depth sensor. I would rather have the wide angle anyway. And as you can see, it just takes some good photos, very color accurate. The front facing camera was a little bit soft, but you know, it was still a pretty good camera. So overall for cameras, this is actually surprisingly really good. Now you are getting a 4000 milliamp battery on here, so you will get about 1.5 days of battery life if you're a light user, so that's really good as well with this phone. So if you need a big battery smartphone, this is definitely one of the top performers. I put it in my top 5 best big battery smartphones. This is a really good one with the price to specs ratio on it. So what do you guys think about the Galaxy A20? Let me know, and I will catch you guys in the next one.